everyone. Coach Sullivan here from MJS Coaching Football again. Excuse me. To my subscribers, I thank you. And to those who haven't yet, I really hope you do. I completed my 38th year coaching football as a defensive coordinator. But over that time, I've also been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, a longtime head coach, all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. So what I'd like to talk to you about in this presentation is what we call a free combo. Okay, designated player, okay, free safety, free combo with a stick tag as well as an X tag, okay, and I'm going to do it versus 11 personnel bar on the hash just to kind of simplify the diagrams, and this will bring in a detached as well as an attached outside linebacker, so that'll change landmarks as well as the technique a little bit, okay. So over here I have the key terms, and the key terms that I'm not going to take time to go over in the diagram. So this is my first non-subscribers. Push that button. All right, then you have access to everything. All right, doesn't cost a penny. So push the button. Subscribers know this already. All right, the things that I'm not going to go over, but I'll touch upon, I'm going to circle in red. That means I'm not going to go over in the diagram. Okay. First one is what we call a combo. So that is a free go and an opposite inside linebacker plug combined together. We have a new blitz. Okay, so that I will definitely be showing you. Okay, the lucky Ringo is to the free. So the free makes the lucky Ringo, as I've said in many other presentations. So again, non-subscribers. So this is it. I'll just go boop, push the button. That's the key for non-subscribers. If the free doesn't know who they are, then right, we got all kinds of trouble. So in addition, this is a huge, huge coaching point. The nose, and I'll go over this up top, so I'll do it once and it applies all the time. The nose is part of the free go. And by doing that, the nose is doing the exact same thing they would do on the plug coming from the other side. Woohoo! Oh, it's amazing. It really is good stuff. Okay, so personally, it does limit the type of plug that you can execute on the other side, but at the same time, because the rules are consistent, whether it's a combo, a stick, or an X, meaning whoever is executing the go, boop, push that button, it's the same for the opposite side plug. So that builds in the versatility right there. Okay, so again, if push the button, based upon the introduction to the Go family presentation, you see the versatility. So I personally don't think you need a zillion plugs coming from the opposite side to go with the Go. I don't think you do. Okay, it's just my opinion. So the versatility is we can utilize it versus all the different offensive personnel groups, 10, 11, 12, 20, 21, 22, 31, 30, you name it. Okay, so it's extremely versatile. I just have a limited amount of time, and so I want to cover the basics of how to execute a combo with a stick tag or an X tag, okay, versus a detached and an attached, all right? So the plug portion of it, it's the first linebacker on the other side of the football, or opposite the call side. So I'll go over that with you up here, okay? The Go Blitzer, it's what we call the C-crash technique. Spill bender cage, okay? Not planning on going over that in detail. Again, non-subscribers, right? Same for the plug blitzer. Same footwork, edge read, near a fire, not planning on going over that. Same for the plug readout. The opposite guard's pulling to him. He'll get that call from his partner, the other inside linebacker, but I'm not going to go through that, okay? Everything else is built into the diagram, all righty? So I'd like to get started on that now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw who's involved in the blitz in blue. I'm not going to do anything with the offense, all right? save when we get to the tight end and the attached, what the tight end can possibly do, and it's not hard. And then it's going to build in the technique, the little tweak, the landmark, attached versus detached. Okay, hence why I'm presenting it this way. So up top, okay, we got the ball in the left hash. On the bottom, ball in the same left hash. Okay, so up top, we got the pass strength, which is rip to the big field. Okay. On the bottom, we have the pass strength is Liz, and it's what we call fib, which is formation into boundary. And I know most of you programs do the same thing in terms of what you call it. If not, fib to us is formation into boundary. That means the pass strength. Okay? So again, I did that on purpose. So up here, let me get started with, right? Nose. Out of the free go. Lucky Ringo. To the free. So the free is right. It's a Ringo. So that tells the nose he's involved on the right. Follow me right now? No pun intended there. So for us, again, non-subscribers, push the button. We're in trio coverage, top and bottom. So now, anytime it's Ringo, Roger means the safeties are spinning in the same direction, and it's Roger in both cases, okay? So now, this is how it works, right? Again, I'm going to explain it up here. It'll be the same down here, so I'm not going to explain it twice. Because the nose is the dividing line, and we do this out of our base, so that's another coaching point. This is our base 3-4. We teach everything we're going to do out of this. So can you run this out of multiple fronts? Absolutely. But something I learned the hard way as a young coach a long time ago, don't install a blitz and then try and install it using multiple fronts right away. You kids, players, 6-year players, 24 years old, 17 years old, anywhere in between or younger, they're usually too concerned about lining up right. They want to show the coach they know what they're doing. Everything the players do, right? Well, don't make it confusing for them by trying to execute the blitz out of multiple fronts. They're too concerned about lining up right. So what we do is we teach you everything we're going to do in the spring, preseason, etc., even game plans during the week, even last game. These are the fronts and these are the stunts. We're going to run out of the fronts. Okay, and every single game plan involves this base front. But I just think for your kids to play fast with their feet, they got to play fast up here, so don't complicate things. That's just an opinion. Okay, you do what you want, whatever your base is, but I think you might find it's going to help you. If it helps your kids, it helps you, right? So now, the dividing line is the nose, which is the football. So the football is always the dividing line, right? So we have, in our base, we have a 2 linebacker set, one on either side. I mean, again, right? It ain't complicated. The backer is codenamed Buffalo. The Mike, codenamed Michigan. It's the only time we use those 2 words. It's their code. Okay? So since this is a free go, let me first talk about the technique here. So now I'm going to come down to what we call screw timing and creep technique for the free. Okay? Screw timing, based upon what we call snap indicators. So I got it in the gun, right? In the gun. You got to do film study, right? What do they do? Even on a team, if you have multiple quarterbacks, is there a difference in the snap indicators? So many times there are. Make sure your players are made aware of it. Don't assume they pick it up on their own watching film in their dorm rooms or wherever. Okay? If that's it, when this happens, that's your screw timing. That's your whoop, whoop, whoop. If it's the clap, if it's lifting the foot, if it's the hands come up, if it's they just start the cadence, if it's they sit down last, there's so many different things. Whatever it is, so I'm going to go like this for the presentation. When this happens, they execute what we call the creep technique. So the bottom line is our safeties have a staggered stance, okay? Inside foot's up, outside foot's back. So the creep technique initiated on this, that's the screw timing, okay? Here are the feet, right? Inside foot, outside foot. The creep technique. Move that inside up foot first and creep. All right, so the timing. Can you get to your landmark at the correct time? So let me talk about that now. This is a detached outside linebacker. Okay, we are in base mode, which means we got two high non-subscribers. Push the button. Two high safeties, right? Minimum box numbers. So he detaches when two removes. Whoop, whoop. Push the button. So now he's executing the creep. He's detached because he's 1x12 Ike off of number 2. Again, that's built in, non-subscribers. So instead of coming straight down, he's coming from an angle. So when it's detached, here's the landmark. We want him in between the inside linebacker and the heels of the D end. That way it guarantees he's never offsides. He doesn't get caught with a freeze count. Nope. And if he could time it up so he's in that area when the ball snapped, we love it. Okay? And he could see the football. He could see everything. You all right? You with me on that? So now let's assume the ball is snapped. The only thing I will talk about is his first level aiming points, butt of the tackle. Remember, I'm not going over 5, 6, and 7 here. So now, combo technique, free go. That's what happens. Okay? Nose A gap to the call, defensive end B gap, reduce. Oh, push the button on subscribers, reduce. Okay? So now the plug. First of all, soon as they heard Michigan, as soon as they heard Ringo, hopefully they're screaming Michigan, Michigan, Michigan. And hopefully the mic's saying it, not the backer. But either way, the mic knows he's going, right? He's opposite, other side of the football. So now on the snap of the ball, when it's a straight combo, he's an A-gap plug. Near edge. All right, so I gave you that. But subscribers. Okay, and that's a combo. So the other thing that will happen here, on the snap, this safety rotates middle, but not until the snap of the football. Ever. Don't want so much motion that even a quarterback who's shaking, quaking, whatever, he's new in the game, he's the backup, whatever. Kid that kind of gets his head down to see the football prior to the snap, if he can see all kinds of motion, then they can have a plan. So we don't help them. All right? So that's what happens here. And so, see, here's the key, right? Nose is part of the go. Well, guess what? If there's no go, that's what the nose does. That's a mic. Mike in A gap. Non-subscribers, push that button. Okay, and I'm not doing anything else with the coverage. Again, same thing, non-subscribers. So, right, so that's the combo. If we add a stick tag, combo stick. Watch how simple this gets. So a stick tag, everything else stays the same. Right? I know some programs call that a long stick. That's a stick to us. We don't call long stick. Too many words. All right? I don't want to say combo long stick, no purpose. Combo stick. Okay, sticks A, bumps nose A away. So now that bumps the plug, because it's still Michigan, the plug to a B gap. That's a Monty. Mike out, Mike and B gap. That's what the nose does. That's what the nose does on a stick. See how simple it is? That's why we make the nose a part of the go side. Wah! And then the last one here, right? First one, two underline, second one, third one. So I'll do that again down here. On the X, back to B gap. Still Michigan. The nose is still a part of the go, but X tells him he goes opposite the call because the inside linebacker is going to be in that A gap now. And see, that's the difference. In just a straight combo, nose is A to the call. Inside linebacker is plugging A away. On X, nose goes A away. Inside linebacker plugs A to the call. They just switch X. There is no effect on anything else. Nothing. Okay? So remember what I said. I'm purposely putting the ball in the hash so it's easier, less messy, clearer, bigger, all those things. Now I'm going to show you the free safety versus attached outside linebacker. Okay? And again, we're not going over those, and we've already bringing in all of these. Okay? So again, this is formation into boundary. So if you haven't picked up on it, I don't mind telling you this, but everything else, non-subscribers are going to have to push the button. They're called BC, boundary corner, field corner, on purpose. When ball's on the hash, he goes into the boundary automatic. He goes out to big field, automatic. F, free safety, travels with the field. Big field, automatic. Whips on the hash, automatic. Okay? When the ball's on the hash, they just do it. And then they're looking at me and they're looking at the sideline for any boards and whatnot to get the rest. But that's an automatic. Middle of the field, different story. Non-subscribers. Okay? So now, okay, it's still a free combo. Still a Ringo. He's 2x12 off the edge. See, number 2 is the tight end now. Okay, so it's not exactly drawn to code, if you will. It's not the right spacing and so forth. So I don't want you to think we're misaligned here. So now you have what we call an attached, right? Attached outside linebacker equals versus tight end. Okay, it's versus the tight end. This is a biggie. Okay, so we have a simple rule when it's the safety coming downhill. Okay, first of all, landmark. To give yourself reaction time, your landmark is be it even with your inside linebacker, in this case, the Mike. Okay, be even. Next thing, this is why. So, first of all, right, boom, start the creep. A little bit easier when 2's part of the box like this. So he's going to hopefully time it up so he's there. And so the creep might be a little bit like that, but it's easier nonetheless. See, this is why we want him here. We don't let him get all the way up to the heels. Okay? The go is a C-gap blitz. That is C-gap. It is defined because there's a tight end there. We don't mess around with it. A go is a C-gap blitz only. A little bit there for you, non-subscribers. Okay? So we also realize that the outside linebacker has never eyes in the back of his head. Our outside linebacker is knocking back. We really beat the daylights out of tight ends. They don't like playing against us. And his job is to continue to do that. Okay? So I don't want him worrying about, oh my God, he blocked down. Do your job. Okay? So now I'm going to do the tight end and the rover in black for this reason. And this is why the landmark is essentially 4 yards. Ball snapped. He knocks back. What the tight end tries to down block or inside release on a pass. Well, he is going to, boom, what we call ass and ankles. Use the tight end's ass and ankles. His body blocks the C gap. And you keep yourself outside in case the ball bounces. But knock back and then prop the tight end ass and ankles in the C gap. So nobody's going through there. Okay, so now what that does, right? Same color jersey exchange outside. That's the rule all the time anyway. So as you're coming down, right, they cross your face, you exchange outside. We realize it might screw up the spill bending cage. We get that. But that's what you do. Nobody's going through the C gap, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay? That is why the landmark versus attached is here. Not any closer. You got to have reaction time. Okay? So now, if the tight end does anything else, meaning reach block or tries to come outside, right, which is always a possibility, now here it is. Right off the butt of the tackle, like always. Okay, so that's the big difference, and this is why I only wanted 2 diagrams, and I wanted detached and attached. So now, we're in the combo. Boom, boom. This time it's a buffalo, right? Because it's Ringo. There it is. It's the same exact thing. It's just a different linebacker because now the backer's on the other side. And that's the other reason why I wanted to teach it this way. Okay? So now, do it with a stick tag. And this is also where I wish we were interactive. So I can ask you like I do our kids, okay, you're up on the board. All right, now make it a stick. Draw it up. Right? Boom, stick A away, B, C. Boom, done. Still a buffalo, buffalo. See, nothing changes. And then when it becomes the X tag, combo X, right? Back to slant B, A away because inside linebacker's got A to the call. And that is a Baxter. Non-subscribers, push the button. And again, over here, last but not least, ball snapped, he rotates middle. It's pretty cool, okay? And because you can rep it, and drill it, because you're not changing anything, your kids just get better and better and better. You know, with each year they're in your program, they just get better and better and better. And so this is why the combo family has the rules. What we do in install, right, we install the front, like our base front, and then whatever else. Day 1, we install our single plugs. Day 2, we install our single goes. Day 4, so we give day 3 chance to rep both again, review, we combine them in the combo family. And yes, it is that simple. Okay? So as I said at the beginning, to my subscribers, I thank you. And non-subscribers, I really hope I made the point. I'd love for you to subscribe. And for everybody, please reach out to me, CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com, because it's starting to happen. And when it does, I learn a ton too, and that's great. That's what the point is here. Right? We can help each other out, learn more football, and therefore help our players. Okay? So I'd love to talk with you.